What's up guys, and welcome to a brand new video on this YouTube channel. Now, we have something quite different in today's episode. I wanted to say episode, but it's just a City Skylines video. It's gonna be a very short video. It's gonna be a video full of advice that I want to give you for your future city, or maybe you already have a city that you have been working on for quite some time. And I want to give you some advice how I actually made this city in a very short video. I'm not gonna talk like 50 minutes, 30 minutes. I'm not gonna just yap about the city. I'm just gonna give you some very important advice that I find important, in my opinion at least. Um, and yeah, how did I actually do it? I mean, I still get to this day quite some comments, quite a lot actually, asking me how I actually did this, how I made this city in City Skylines. Of course, this is my season 3 Let's Play city. So if you wanna, you know, watch any of these episodes, you can on my YouTube channel. Maybe you actually didn't see the city at all. Maybe you want to see where I began in episode number 1. Could be interesting, but I'm not gonna say that this is a great city. It's the perfect city. I'm not gonna say that. Of course, it's not done yet, and if you guys know why, of course, I already made a video about why this city is not done and unfinished. But um, it's a good city. I'm not gonna say it's a perfect city. Of course, it isn't. You can't have the best city possible, but I guess you can say it's a really good one, right? I mean, just just look at it. I'm not gonna say that I'm the best city creator in the world, but I'm actually really happy about myself, how I actually did it. Um, and I want to give you some advice. And again, lots of people have asked me, well, how did you actually begin? How do you actually expand? Where are you gonna go? And how do you actually maintain a city? I mean, we now have 170,000 people. We are still growing, and the city is just looking really good. We are making money. 12 million we have in the bank right now. And let's see, our traffic 92% for a city with 170,000 people. That's really good, in my opinion, at least. And also on console, we don't have any mods or anything. It's just all 100% vanilla, just the game, and that's it. So I actually want to talk about the one thing that I actually think that's the most important thing that you have to know, or have to consider thinking about when you're starting a city. I can remember that I actually started over here in this district. It's this one, and I was just already thinking in episode 1, okay, where are we gonna go now? Like, what's gonna be the next expansion? Where's the next district gonna be? Um, for example, I really wanted to have a downtown over here, but before that downtown, I wanted to have a little commercial district, and next to the waterfront over here, I want to have a massive park with lots of houses. And well, it worked, kind of, in my opinion. It worked pretty well. And I already knew this, that I wanted to do this in this area of the city. And I wasn't even done yet with building the first couple of roads. So what do I want to say with this? Well, you don't have to know every single piece of land where you're gonna build anything. I'm not saying that. But you have to know, like, what you actually want to achieve with your city. Where are you gonna go next? Where is your expansion gonna be? Where is your downtown gonna be? Where is your massive suburban district gonna be? I mean, of course, you're the creator of the city, so you choose what you want to have in your city. So you can, just think about all the areas that you want to have. Like, for example, okay, so we have some water over here. Voice crack number 1. We we have some water over here. Do I want to have a skyline, or do I want to have a suburban area like I have over here? Do I want it to be massive, like a large piece of land? Um, do I want to make harbors? And if the answer is yes, where, how many? It's quite simple. You just have to plan. in your mind. Like, what's the next expansion gonna be? Where is my new district gonna be? You know what I mean? And of course, in the beginning or at the start of your city, it can be pretty hard. I mean, you have a lot of land available on this map, for example, when you start, and you just don't know where you're gonna begin. I had a little bit of the same problem, but when I expanded over here, and then a little bit over here, and then a little bit on the other side of this highway, it just came all together, you know? I can still remember that I didn't know what I wanted to do over here in this piece of land, and I chose to build a university, and well, it turned out pretty well. Next to the highway, lots of trees. I mean, I didn't know I wanted to have this university here, but it just came out of my mind, like instantly, when I made the other districts around this piece of land. So, yeah, I mean, that's number one. That's one of the most important things. Number two, maybe this one is even more important, but I don't think so. But it's still really important. It's connections. I'm gonna give you a very simple example. If you follow this road over here, like this is where the city actually starts. Boom, connection number one. Um, Another connection with a massive highway. Then, if you follow this highway, another connection. If you follow this road, another connection. If you're gonna go this way, another connection. I mean, it just. I'm not gonna say again that this is the best city ever, but the connections are just 10 out of 10 in my opinion. Like we have everything. So, um, for example, you have one interchange over here, then you can go over here, roundabout, all kinds of connections where you want to go. You can go to this district, you can go to this district, you can go over the highway going into this district. If you follow this main road, you have another roundabout, more connections. It doesn't matter where you go, you can literally go everywhere in the city without a problem. So once you're gonna start your city, and once you're gonna have your first interchange, this is actually my first one, which I really like in my opinion. One of the best interchanges I made, actually, in my opinion, but um, that doesn't matter. Just like 100 meters away, we have another connection. Another one, just everywhere, you know? You have to plan, like, where you want to have your highways. I mean, highways in this game are one of the most important things to actually um, have a good city. I mean, without all of these highways, this city would not be operating well. I'm almost sure of it. But you know, you need to have good connections. You need to have a very big highway system going throughout your whole city. I mean, you don't have to, but otherwise you're not gonna have the 90% traffic flow, for example. I mean, that's just not gonna work without a massive highway project. So that's my number two most important thing. Number three, I guess it's a little bit more simpler, but just slowly expand. You know, you don't have to like rush everything. I mean, I did it myself a little bit when I expanded, for example, over here. I expanded across the highway over here, and I just expanded instantly. Like, I could have just zoned a little bit over here and then waited a couple of weeks, zoned a little bit over here, zoned a little bit over here, but just no, I instantly expanded everywhere. Well, it's not that bad, but like, your first problem is gonna be lots of traffic. It's gonna be killing your city, all the traffic. And if you do it just zone by zone, it's gonna be less, much less. So just don't expand too quickly. That's one of the most important things if you're gonna expand your city. Just don't go too fast, please. Because otherwise, secondly, you're gonna have lots of death waves. Population is gonna down a lot, is going down a lot really quickly, and that's not nice, right? That's you don't want to have that. So yeah, I think these three things are one of the most important things. I mean, of course, you have to have good services, education systems, but that's all really simple, right? I mean, if you have a good idea in your mind, it's gonna be all by yourself. It's gonna flow like instantly. It's not gonna be that hard to just make some good services. You can just place them down. So these three things are the most important things in my opinion. Of course, we have some extra things like detailing. I did a lot of detailing in the city, but the problem with that is that you have a limit with detailing. That's why I can't finish the city. So I mean, you don't have to detail every single thing, but like you have to have some detailing, right? So don't forget that. You have to zone. That's also a really good one, actually. Almost forgot to say this. Please don't just zone only commercial districts, residential districts, industrial districts. For example, what I want to say with this, for example, I have a farming district with some houses and some commercial buildings. So this is, for example, a mixed use zone. And I also have a massive suburb over here with some offices and some high residential zoning and also some normal stores. So this is also a sort of mixed use district. Our downtown has a massive piece of land, of course, with lots of zoning, and I just didn't do only commercial office zoning whatsoever. For example, I just mixed it together, and that works really well. Like in this game, it works really well. The same for industrial zoning. Like I said before, with this farming district, it works really well. So that's also a good advice in my opinion. Transportation, very important. I mean, you need to have a lot of bus lines, taxi services. I mean, an airport, you don't have to build an airport, but like it's gonna boost your population up. A metro system, also very important. Like just have a look at the numbers of the city. Bus line number 3, 470. Bus line number 2, 399. Bus line number 5, 719. Bus line number 7, 800. And just, it goes on and on and on. And uh, metro line number 4, 1200. Metro line number 3, 1000. I mean, these are the results you want to see. And you just have to connect every single area with a metro bus. I mean, just name it, right? Really important. Like, really, don't forget that. Transportation, really, really important. Bicycle lanes, also really important. Pathways. I mean, this city is just absolutely spammed all over the place with bicycle lanes. Uh, and it works, so don't forget that also. It's gonna help massively with your traffic and your happiness of the city. Um, and yeah, that's one of the most important things. These are all of my tips that I want to give you, my tips and tricks, you can say, I guess. Um, and yeah, if you haven't seen the city yet, like I said before, you can watch episode number 1 in my season 3 Let's Play playlist available on my YouTube channel. And yeah, if you, of course, enjoyed this video, I actually wanted to say episode, but it's not an episode. Uh, if you actually enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, and of course, hopefully I will see you in the next video. So have a good day. I hope that you enjoyed this episode or video again. And yeah, that's it for this video. So hopefully I helped you a little bit, and good luck with your next city. See you in the next video. Ciao.